Buongiorno, buongiorno, my friends, and welcome back to Seduce Me. So, we're going to have a fight with Diana in the near future, I guess. So let's see where that goes.
What did she mean by that? The point of being open-minded was to be open to all thought. How was that anything close to being gullible?
There is nothing to learn from remembering the boys that won't bring trouble. I'm merely saving you from that. There are more than just demons who want to keep their existence a secret.
There are more than just demons. What?
There are many creatures in this world
okay.
that don't want to be known of. And you remembering a small fragment is not acceptable to them without good reason.
Diana smirked.
If you would have kept the boys, or at least had one of them around, they'd be a little more lenient to listen to your pleas. However, you're about to go into tomorrow without any of them around.
Yeah, well, listen, lady. I've got all the magic knowledge that apparently is not that strong. Judging I couldn't even beat Malix with it, but still I've got all the magic knowledge. And as mentioned before, I apparently know Taekwondo, even though I never use it. I'll fuck you up.
I couldn't believe my ears. There were more than just demons. Other fictional creatures existed. There was a system. What? Diana sighed and snapped her fingers, lifting my body up from the ground with her magic.
Look, I can kill you and no longer waste what little time I have, or I can erase your memories and go on with my life. I have more important things to do above arguing with you.
I looked down at the...
Okay, what was that?
I looked down at the ground to see something that made every nerve in my body quickly quake in fear. On the ground was a large open mouth with sharp, wet teeth, leading to an empty black abyss.
Oh, so that's what that was.
I could feel the heat from the mouth's breath pant against my floating body. Ah! I looked to Diana, who was looking at me with a stern and almost heartless gaze.
Make a choice, sweetie. Give up your memories or be a demon's snack. I warn you, he's quite the biter.
I was panicking. I was about to die. Again! The boys weren't here to protect me. What was I going to do?
Oh, okay, make a deal with Diana. Well, if I have the possibility to make a deal, you know, I'm a diplomat. I may not come off as such, because I'm angry all the time, I'm complaining all the time, but deep down in my heart, I'm a diplomat. And if there is a peaceful solution, I prefer to make a peaceful solution. But if there's anything like,
Diana, let's make a deal.
No, I'll erase your memory. Whoop. Then I'm going back and fight, I swear to God.
Then I remembered. Demons had a conscience. They weren't heartless without reason. She could be reasoned with.
Yeah, okay, you have a point.
She seemed like a businesswoman.
A very lewd businesswoman.
Wait!
What? You're wasting my time.
What about a deal, huh? Then Diana raised an eyebrow. I was afraid she wasn't one to listen. What if she was as ruthless as I imagined her to be?
I'm listening.
Wait, really? Was she really willing to listen to me? She didn't drop me in the pit of death, but she didn't let me out of her spell. Now was a good time as any to try reason. These memories are precious to me, but they're not worth me losing my life.
Of course.
I mean, if I die, people will wonder and try to find explanations to why I died or where I disappeared to.
Then just hand over your memories.
Yeah, actually, your argumentation makes no sense, Estefania.
What if I traded them to you instead? You seem like a reasonable businesswoman. A trade is better than forcing me to give in, right? This was insane. I didn't even know if she was willing to listen. She already had me hanging over a pit of death. The only thing I could hope for was her being forgiving enough to listen to reason.
Well, speak your terms. What do you want in exchange?
I let out a relieved sigh. She was willing to listen further. Well, what can you give me in return for them?
I'm a demon. I can give you anything within reason. Money, men, women, power. Name it. Just make it worth the price.
She could really get me anything? My mind began to wander. What did I want?
Now actually, now I feel kind of shitty. Like, this is kind of strange. Like, I give you memories. Give me men. Her a power? What? I do not want either of those. No. No. Man. This is totally not cool. This is stupid. Should have taken fight. Well, at least I guess her is worth a giggle. I heard Diana stifle a laugh.
Me? Are you serious? What do you mean, me?
No, lady, you know exactly what I mean. Well, Estefania wouldn't say it like this, because she's a girl and stuff, but you know.
I looked to Diana again. She was indeed scary, but she was gorgeous, and somehow she interested me. More so than the boys. I mean, you're staying with me for a little while. I want to get to know you, and these rules you're talking about.
A human wanting to know more about a demon and the rules. You're really trying to step over your place, especially if you'll be losing those memories in the end.
I'm serious. I'll give you my memories and energy if you stay just for a couple days. A day even. It'll be worth it.
Completely willingly?
Completely willingly.
And if you don't fulfill your end of the bargain?
Then you can feed me to your pit beast.
Ah. No. I should have wished for power. Well, maybe we get some hot girl-on-girl action. I actually don't want hot on girl-on-girl action. Except when it's Suzu. I'm totally okay with Suzu, because Suzu is cool. You're like this dominatrix style. I hate this shit. You probably have a whip in your ass crack or something. I hate characters like you.
Did that really slip out of my mouth? Was I really wanting to put my life back on the line again? If I meant keeping my memories for a little longer, then yes.
I thought this game would be over soon.
Diana looked to me, scanning my body with her eyes for any signs of false intent. I didn't have any, so Diana sighed and snapped her fingers again. The demon below me vanished, and I was slowly lowered to the ground. I looked to Diana in surprise.
You are very lucky demon magic is so finicky.
What do you mean?
Why do you think demons make deals with humans like you?
I wasn't sure. Demons were still news to me. I had heard stories of people making deals with demons, and only ruin coming from it. Diana sighed.
It's one thing to take your memories or your energy. It's another for you to willingly give it. We get more for our effort if the one we make a deal with is willing.
Uh-huh. How so?
Think of it like sex. If I'm aroused and you're willing to open your legs for me, I'll get pleasure. I'll enjoy it. You might enjoy it. And it's done.
No, that doesn't make any sense, to be honest.
But if you aren't willing and I force myself on you anyway, it's not so pleasurable for me. Even if I get what I want, it won't be as worth the effort.
I mean, that is probably correct. This has nothing to do with demons and pacts, though. This has nothing to... well... Oh well. Strangely, that made sense. No! No, it doesn't! What has that to do with anything? First of all, she's a succubus. So isn't her interest like gaining sexual energy or something? Didn't we learn that from the incubi? How the hell... what does she gain from doing, in general, some kind of contract with me? And even if so, how does it help her that I am willing? This is not sex. It isn't. It isn't.
It was very much like a business. If I had what they want, they could negotiate for it, or they could take it away anyway, but not without a fight. Were they all really business-oriented? My curiosity about demons grew as I realized what deal I had made. So, you'll stay for a couple of days?
A day is enough.
Well, will you at least clean the house?
Yeah, sure, fine.
Yeah, sure, fine.
Yes.
Yes.
What?
Diana looked at me up and down once again. I felt a little naked all of a sudden under her gaze, but I ignored it as she shrugged.
All right.
Diana kept her eyes on me, unsure what was going on from the look on her face.
So, what do you want to know? You're obviously curious about demons enough to make a deal with me.
Actually, I have a lot of questions. I wonder if I can actually ask them.
My first thought shot to her, but then I remembered the boys. Not all of my questions were answered, and I wanted to know everything. First of all, who exactly are you? Diana chuckled before crossing her arms.
You may refer to me as simply Diana. As I said before, I'm a succubus, and I intend to bring the boys back home.
Why, though?
Back home? What do you mean? Back to the demon world?
No, back to the oven cake world. We have important questions to be asked. Don't waste time.
Precisely. They don't belong here, and it's imperative that they return.
Why?
Ah, finally, good question.
Did they not tell you? They're runaway royals.
Well, I guess that made kinda sense. They mentioned the castle.
I couldn't believe my ears. What? They were royalty? Why would the Rayo run away from royalty? Diana simply smirked at my new, surprised face.
Ah, so they didn't tell you. How unfortunate. You were in the presence of a demon prince and his noble brothers, and you didn't even know.
Yeah, I guess that kinda makes sense. Like James being the prince and all that. Like, oh, I will once be the king of the demon kingdom. I have to behave very good. And then his stupid brothers, I guess.
I felt myself unconsciously walk over and sit on my bed. They hid something gigantic from me. Why? Did they not trust me?
Probably. I mean, we were eating for ourselves pizza. That's like the ultimate insult to people.
Then again, it had only been a couple of days. Yet they helped me and were here for me regardless, acting like servants instead of noblemen. I gripped my head in frustration. What am I supposed to believe?
Why is that so hard to believe?
Believe whatever you wish. The confusion will fade away soon enough, regardless.
I looked to Diana, who only gave me an almost somber look in return. She was serious about removing my memories, but she would keep her end of the deal until I learned all I could. That, and I felt thrilled to have her. Maybe it was because she was a succubus.
I don't know.
I sighed and faced Diana. So, how did you get to the human world? How did the boys get here?
With the help of a human, in both of our cases. There's truly no need for details beyond that. Any human can cast a demon's summoning spell. It's just a matter of what happens during the summoning and after where things get tricky.
So who summoned you? Was it that? It has to be that. Or maybe it's the bitch from school. It's either the father or the bitch from school.
What do you mean?
Well, if a human is willing, only part of their life force is taken from them, and they are given one chance to open a bridge between our worlds to allow the demon they desire to come through. The more demons come through, the more life force the spell takes.
Ah, that is why Grandpa died.
Luckily for the poor human that brought them here, the boys sacrificed some of their own powers to open the bridge instead of letting the spell feed solely on the human. The human lived, and the boys came through.
No, the human is dead. What? But he died. Huh? Well, okay. Whatever.
Or did he die trying to get them back?
Grandpa, that is. Am I, like, forgetting something here? Probably.
That almost made sense. Something in my mind clicked, but I couldn't clear it out to figure out what it was. I only nodded to Diana. And you were the same?
Somewhat. However, I don't care to go into details about how I came here. You'll forget soon enough.
Hey. You have to hold up your end of the bargain, lady.
That's not part of the deal.
You wish to have me around for more information. I get to decide what information to give.
Lady, I should have fought you. You are going a lot on my nerves.
Cheetah.
It's not cheating if it's not a broken rule.
You can go. I don't even care anymore.
I huffed and crossed my arms and legs. Diana was a game player, and I didn't like her rules. However, they were the rules I had to accept in order to keep my memories a little while longer. I'd find a way to remember. She wasn't going to win.
She can read your minds, though. She can read your mind, though. I don't really know how that will work, but you know.
Diana let out a small chuckle and ran a hand through her hair.
Well, I believe I should head to bed. If I'm to stay here, then I need some form of sleep.
I watched as Diana crossed through my room to the door and opened it. She turned to me with a small wink.
Have a good night. See you in the morning.
Okay.
Before I could respond, she exited my room and closed the door behind her. I stared. It was like she was in control. I almost gritted my teeth at the thought. She wasn't the master of the house. I was. I huffled and crawled back under the cover. How did my life get so complicated? What was going on with me? I must have had a serious bad luck. I sighed and covered myself with blankets, wanting tonight to end. I needed tomorrow to come. School would take my mind off of things. If school actually happened anyway. I awoke that morning minutes before my alarm. I felt slightly groggy, but I didn't exactly feel bad. It was more of a physical exhaustion with a mind ready to take on the day. I stretched and quickly changed into my clothes before heading downstairs with my bag.
You're actually going to school instead of questioning the lady? Well, okay.
As I reached the lobby, I stopped and sniffed the sudden new smell in the air. Breakfast? I continued with my way to the dining room to see Diana laying out a plate covered with sliced fruit. On the table there were delicious-smelling eggs, toast, bacon, ham, veggies, and shoes. I felt my mouth salivate.
Oh, that is not for you. I bet.
But then I remembered that it was Diana serving breakfast, and I shook my head. What are you doing?
You're up. Come. Breakfast. I didn't know what you liked, so I made everything I knew humans ate for this time of day.
I walked over and scanned the table before giggling. Diana raised an eyebrow at me.
And what is so funny?
You didn't make everything breakfast-related. You forgot a couple of things.
Like what?
Coffee, pancakes, waffles.
Are you fucking with her? That's cool.
Diana looked almost insulted before looking to the table and recounting the plates. I laughed harder, making her glare at me.
I haven't been in the human world long enough to know everything, all right? Unlike the boys, I know little to nothing about what you humans eat in your homes.
At the mention of the boys, I suddenly remembered them. They treated me like part of their family, caring for me and making sure I was okay beyond anything else. They were servants to me, and I let them go.
Yeah, I mean, but at one point, Eric and Sam are not safe. I actually don't want to spell it out right now, but good thing you threw them out.
I let out a sigh at the memory. Little did I know that Diana stared at me the entire time. I shook my head and looked through the table, getting an empty plate and filling it with what I wanted before sitting and eating.
Oh, okay, now I see.
Diana remained standing, watching me. I felt almost naked under her gaze.
Why are you always saying that?
So I looked over, pausing my eating. Aren't you going to eat?
I already ate.
What did you eat?
You really wish to know?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, sure. I mean, it's probably something disturbing. But we want to learn about demons and stuff, so I guess that is kind of necessary. So, let's do la question. Yes!
I wanted to know more about demons. I wanted to know more about her. Of course I said yes. Diana stared in surprise at me before smirking a bit, reaching into her cleavage. I watched as she pulled out a small purple vial. She popped the cork and poured a mere couple sips full into her palm before recorking the vial and placing it back in her dress.
That is convenient, I guess.
Diana closed her eyes and closed her hand. What was she doing? This was odd to watch. Yet at the same time I was practically at the edge of my seat in curiosity. What was she going to do?
Oh, is this something dirty? It probably is. Why did I say yes?
Her hand started to open, almost like a blossoming flower, and revealed a small, peach-sized fruit.
Ah, okay, it's nothing dirty. Okay.
It was purple and had almost an enchanting smell to it that made my food seem almost disgusting.
A plant from the abyssal plains. We call it a sweet flower. Would you like to try it?
Depends. Will I die from it? Oh, no, you know, they say curiosity killed the cat and so on, but you know, what do I have to lose at this point?
I nodded, staring at the fruit. It looked absolutely glorious and delectable. I couldn't resist grabbing onto the chance to try it. Diana nodded before cupping the fruit in both hands and pulling the purple flesh from the fruit, revealing a juicy, blackish center. As if it was cut on the inside, Diana pulled out a perfect slice and handed it to me.
I must say, you may be the first human to try this fruit. You should consider yourself lucky.
Will I transform to a demon when I eat this? Yes, no, maybe.
I nodded, not pulling my eyes away from the fruit slice in my hand. It was juicy, and its clear juice painted over my fingers. I somehow didn't care. I wanted to try it and savor it. I lifted the small slice to my lips and took a small bite, feeling ecstasy run through my mouth. I almost couldn't fight back the moan that was erupting from my throat.
Okay. That sounds more dirty than it probably should have.
It was sweet, yet it was slightly tart. It was the perfect combination, and at the same time it felt so unnatural. I felt not only pleasure in my mouth, but my body began to feel energized and warm. All of that was from a small bite. I swallowed the biteful and let out a pleasured sigh, making Diana smirk slightly at me with a raised eyebrow. I couldn't lie to her about how it tasted. It's delicious.
That it is. They're natively grown in my kingdom, so I have the pleasure of enjoying these every day.
You have a kingdom?
I do. The boys are not the only royals in the demon world, sweetie. I just so happen to be a princess.
Well, that makes your like rather suspicious. Why would you get back the princess of another kingdom with good intent? That is actually not that logical.
I stared in surprise. She was really a princess? How? She looked so mature. She was more of a queen than a princess.
Are you 12? Princes aren't like all the time running around on a unicorn with a little crown in their hair. Like what? This game is it's so up and down. This game, it's really like a roller coaster of emotions. From wow, the grandpa grave scene nearly had me crying. The stuff with Suzu and Naomi was so fun and entertaining, like that everyday life with friends, well written. And then I get this shit, you know. It's so up and down. It's so inconsistent. Oh well. Whoops, me again. And actually, that is the. Well, why not end the episode here? Yeah, I'm already over 20 minutes if I'm not mistaken. So it's a good point to stop here. Well, what can you do, you know? It's not like this is the worst game I ever played. Definitely not. And I'm not even 100% sure it's bad. It's probably not even bad. Like, it has very... It's rare you have something like that. I know a lot of average games that I played, and this game is probably average too, but it basically has no average scenes. It either has really good scenes or really stupid scenes. And together, put them together and you get average. But it's not like the game is average, you know what I mean? It's strange. It's really, really strange. Ah well, anywho. Thank you everybody for watching. Come back for the next episode, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.